Hi, how's it going? Oh, I thought that, I thought that was the music end. I thought that was the end of the music or the song. So I was gonna try to. Wait, I'm not muted. Okay, I was gonna try to like transition. Oh, whatever. Hi, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well. Thank you, Kristen. Hi, Spirit. Hi, Lucy. Hey. Hi, Katie Plays. I see VT next to your name, so I'm assuming you're also a VTuber. Ow. Okay, fair. Hi. Music is actually timed perfectly. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating. How you're all doing? It's nice to see you all. I don't think wait. I said hello 2024 in my title, but I'm realizing, did I stream? When was the last time I streamed? I actually don't remember. Did I stream in 2024 already? Can I not use that joke anymore? Damn it. Oh. I hope you're all doing well. I am kind of sleepy brain. I was going to stream a lot earlier today, and I feel like I usually say that, but I spent a lot of time today and yesterday doing like different the program I use for running a VTuber model is called Venian, and I've been very enthusiastic about like working on stuff for Venian, and I just did a bunch of very neat things that took a lot of time to make sure I got it right. A small time VTuber, haven't been able to stream in a bit though. Yeah, I feel that. Oh yeah, I feel that. Hey, well, I mean, I'm small time too. Like, really? So small time and pretty much self-made. I can show you some of the things that I've been working on over the past little while. Got some cool stuff actually. One of which, here, let me. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand over my phone to show this, but like, check this out. I figured out how to do sleeping, or like an AFK mode for 3D models, which is something that I feel like I've been sorely missing, and I feel like a lot of people have been sorely missing for, I don't know, for tracking for 3D models. It's oftentimes very different, or you have a lot of different tools available to you. So it's kind of been fun to like figure stuff out, you know? Yeah. And a bunch of different pose stuff. A lot of which I don't think I'm actually ever gonna like get to use too much. Well, one of them I hope I get to use. But also check this out. I don't have a mouse to use, but I've made like a little like mouse tracking thing, so it tracks my like it actually tracks my mouse input. This has been like my hyper focus for the past, I want to say 6 months, on and off 6 months working on this kind of thing. It's awesome. Wish I could do 3D model, but it's been such a huge problem. I don't have the time, brain power to do 3D model. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, 3D models just work a lot differently than 2D models. I tend to do a lot of things myself, or like be very stubborn about learning big skill sets that I probably don't have time to do, but I do anyways, you know? Hello, Audi Raptor, welcome on in. And hi, Key Switch Light, how are you? I'm doing okay. Sky, my partner, left on Monday. She was visiting for the holidays, which is really nice, but also part of why the holidays were very busy, because we were kind of always doing stuff and spending time together, and you know, like, I didn't really want to stream as much just because like I want to spend time with her when I could. But she's back now, got home safe, and I'm actually going to travel again in like a week. Not a long trip, a short trip for probably at most just a week for MagFest. I don't know if anybody goes to MagFest, or like I have like not found other people really ever talking about going to MagFest or whatever, but if anybody's at MagFest, I will be there next week. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm sure we're all glad you've gotten time to get that time together. Yeah, I'm really grateful we were able to spend so long together. And if things go well over the next year, hopefully we'll be able to like find a new place together. But, well, we'll see. I mean, no, that is absolutely going to happen, but like still trying to find the like place. And I don't know like what city even we're going to end up staying, just because finding rental places is difficult. You should definitely enjoy the time with your partner to the fullest. Yeah, I think so. I think that was time very well spent. You know, the only thing is, like, I get this thing where I find it very hard to relax. Always, just, which I feel like is like probably leftovers of just pure academic burnout for the past, I don't know, my entire life. You know? Ah. Hi, Sylveon. Hi, Sylveon. Nice to see you. But I don't know. Sometimes I like, even if I'm relaxing and trying to enjoy my time, I get like stressed out just because I'm not like doing enough. You know? I don't like that part. But I mean, how is everybody else's holidays? How have things been? I feel like it's been like a while since I've been able to, I don't know, like chat with people. Even what the streams we did do when Sky was here were still like, we did like dual stream stuff. Thank you. Thank you. So I feel like I haven't like gotten to like have a proper stream in a kind of a while. I don't have my new model yet, as you can see as well. I mentioned in a couple places over the past like month or two that I was working on a new model. I'm still working on it. Just other tasks and things have taken a bit more priority. Like my thesis, my graduate thesis, my PhD thesis is finally actually for real. No more delays gonna happen. Like, it's scheduled, it's set. Everybody's agreed to the time. Like, people have my thesis and are reading it and are gonna evaluate it and then give me feedback. I came up to my mom today. She accepted me. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm really glad to hear that. I'm sorry, throwing things will never not be funny. Please keep throwing stuff. Please. Hi, Heretic Inked. How's it going? Yeah, congrats. Yeah, and thank you for sharing that here. And yeah, so my I guess my thesis being scheduled is the main big news, upcoming news. So like the next like month and a half, or at this point the next month will be a little bit stressful, but this might be like the last this is like the last academic stress I'm hopefully going to experience in my life, which is a really nice thought. Oh, all good. Glad to hear. Sure, this is amazing. Thank you. I really hope so. I'm very self-conscious, actually. I haven't told my supervisor this, but I am very self-conscious about, I guess, my writing and like, you know, like how good of a job I ultimately did over the past like 7-ish years in my PhD. I mean, I don't know. I tend to be hard on myself. I feel like what I did is cool, and I can't wait to like talk about it more. Not that I can't talk about it, just I need to figure out better ways to talk about it on stream that won't get like super boring. Because it's really fascinating to me. I feel like I can very quickly lose people, you know? Holidays were good. Thought they're gonna be rough, but they were well. Oh, good. I'm mostly nervous because I'm classes and taking for a license. Oh, yeah, that can be a little stressful. I hope that goes okay. You got hot cocoa? Ooh, nice. Oh, I want a hot drink. Oh, I don't have any hot cocoa or anything like that. Damn. Meh. Oh, I just remembered that I had like a new Spotify music app thing I was gonna try to use on stream, but I forgot to do that. Okay. What's my thesis on? Computational neuroscience or computational psychology. It's kind of like a in-between, like I could use many different labels to describe it. because it's kind of like a merger or like an in-between project of a couple different like specific fields. For one, it's very tactile based. So my experiment is like, and my study is all like based on the sense of touch. And it's very computational because it uses like probabilistic models to make like a very rudimentary like perceptual model, and then like compare that model against human participants. So like there are like I could say like, oh, my thesis is about like people learning categories of objects, like physical objects. Or I could say that my thesis is on like making a like Bayesian inference model for categorization. Or I could say that my thesis is on like how people learn categories through touch. All of those apply. It's been fun. Like the main thing for me is like the one that I like to use, or like that I want to talk about most, is Bayesian inference. That's the okay, good. My closed captions got the word right. That's the reason I got into my thesis and why I say it as a grad student, because I found out what Bayes was, and like was blown away 10 years ago, and just wanted to learn or like get involved in working with the equation, applying to like human. Basically, it's an equation. There's a couple ways I could like describe the equation, but what speaks to me about it is that Bayes' theorem can be used as an equation to like explain or predict like human perception and intuition, and actually is very accurate. And actually, there is evidence that your brain, like the equation, like kind of matches in some way what your brain actually does when processing information. Yeah. When I get into sensory neuroscience, it's a very complex field, so great job for even making this far. Thank you. I mean, yeah, sensory neuroscience can get very complex. Also, but there's so much work to be like learned and discovered. I mean, most people go into vision. The other senses can always use more people, especially touch, like tactile. Your tactile system, your sense of touch, like does not have a lot of people studying it compared to like vision or audition. We're gonna in the cold and snow all day, so this is nice. Oh yes, like being cozy inside with a hot drink and like a blanket. Today, the weather has been like really weird. I mean, because of global warming, but like Ontario, this is like definitely the weirdest winter we've had in Ontario. I think like it's been very mild, barely any snow. Like I think we've gotten 2 days out of the past like 2 months where I could say like, yes, there was snow on the ground, which isn't anything great. And like the temperature just like swings wildly from like fairly mild to kind of windy and cold, especially right now. Thank you. Gotta go eat dinner. Trying to say have a lovely day and evening. Bye. Delir. Bye. Have a good dinner. I'm trying to get into a new field that's more LGBT friendly. Any advice I'm looking at getting my SCNA? Oh, I don't know it. 70 miles per hour. Yeah. The winds today have been like wild. Well, all our recycling was like strewn over the street, and I had to go pick it up. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Yep, I'm Canadian. Yeah, around where I am, it's just getting rain. Yeah, just rain. Like it snowed a little bit, and then it just became sleet and rain, and then the snow like went away. Ugh, super gross. So what does CNA stand for? I'm not quite sure, but generally, I wish I had more advice about like how to get into like, or like picking more LGBT friendly places, because I came out like at the very end of my PhD, basically. Like I came out 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago. Hold on, what? I'm actually might be I think I'm approaching my anniversary or coming out on stream. I forgot what day it was. But yeah. So like, you know, I went through my undergrad and grad school mostly as like a closeted trans woman, right? So I don't know. Like, I mean, what I can tell you actually is just try to like go through the people who are actually in the department. That's probably the best like step you could take to kind of know that you're getting in, not necessarily the field, but like know that you're getting to like a space that has like hopefully potential to be queer friendly and LGBT friendly. Like if I was choosing university now for either like undergrad or grad school, I would absolutely be looking to see like, okay, what like queer resources like are available on campus. What does like the student union or student body like do? Do they have any like groups and things? How active are the groups? How many people are involved in those? And like if I knew ahead of time I was going to go into okay, certificate nursing assistant. Okay, got it. So yeah, if you're going to nursing, I would like look up the nursing department and see the people who are in the nursing department and go like scope them out. Like I would just go by one, like whatever supervisors are registered within that like department and university. I don't know, just go check them out and try to get a vibe check from them. That would be like the first step to do before like contacting people, right? Try to like see like if you can finding like supervisors or professors who are either visibly queer or like visibly have like queer inclusion. That's always a good sign. But yeah, I mean, just try to get a sense for things. And then the next step after that is to, you know, maybe try contacting people who are actually at either university or in the program, and ask their opinion of that, right? Like if you could probably reach out to either supervisors or grad students or maybe just other students that are at the place currently and ask them how it is. I mean, especially if you can find somebody who like is like I guess openly queer in some way, because then you know they're like, okay, this person probably will give you a very honest, you know, evaluation, right? That's like, I feel like the best you can do to like at least ensure that the place or space that you're going in will be like safe for you, right? But like, I don't know. I can't say specifically because I didn't go through that process, but that would be what I would suggest. Like, yeah, pretty much that. You're welcome. You're welcome. We've hardly had any snow during December. Now we're getting dumped on with -30°C wind chills later this week. Oh, yeah, the wind and the wind chill is going to be like really wild, right? Like actually, what do things look like right now for this week for me? Today was supposed to be a lot of snow and rain, but it didn't actually happen. Looks like it's happening tomorrow. And the temperature's still going to be hovering around like 1 to 2 degrees. Great, cool. Well, love that. And potentially it's going to rain and snow for the next week. But also it's going to be around 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. Oh, but by next week on Monday, it's going to drop down to like -10. Oh, okay, cool. We're suddenly just going to get a very big chill. That's great. Oh, I can't wait for that. Especially if it's all ice and not snow. Oh, that's my favorite. And I deliver mail for a living. Oh, I am going to hope for you that people salt their driveways and their walkways so that you don't slip. I hope people do. I genuinely cannot tell that was sarcasm. Sorry. Sometimes my sarcasm doesn't come out. That was absolutely sarcasm. No, I don't like ice. Like nice thick fluffy snow any day. I love that. When it's cold but like it's dry and not too windy, that's nice. when it's just kind of like gross and wet and icy and slippery, so like walking conditions are bad and driving conditions are bad and there's nothing to enjoy, that sucks. Don't like that. It was 45 degrees Fahrenheit here, which I still don't really know how to convert very well. That is 7 degrees Celsius. That's pretty warm. Yeah, that's like around here is, around here is between like 40 to, I guess like 30 to 40 Fahrenheit has been what it's been and what it's going to be until next week. Man, where I am, the roads have been terrible due to the massive northeastern that came around the storm that's passing through is just seems really intense. Also, the weather report is like changing very rapidly. Like again, today was supposed to be like very rainy and snowy, but instead it was just dry and windy, just super windy. And just way more snow on the way Friday. Yeah, we're gonna see if we actually get a lot of snow this week, starting tomorrow. Because I thought we were, but it's already Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday, and we still haven't gotten it. So, yeah, not 45°C. Yeah, when I say temperatures, it's probably gonna be Celsius first. Canadian. Estimate chat's taking like 15 to 20 seconds or so to go through. How are you able to read them like 5 seconds after? Oh, I don't know. I mean, also notice the way I read is like very haphazard. Sometimes like I will read a message directly as it happens. The other times I'll have to like scroll up. It's just like the way things grab my attention is silly. We also had a very, very mild December, and then as soon as it's January, it started turn around like -40 the winds. Yeah. I think that it's probably going to get very cold very quickly as soon as it like properly hits. Which means we're not really going to have like that nice, like fun part of winter. Also, why am I logged out of Steam? I just looked over at my Steam and it says no connection. What do you mean? What do you mean no connection? I'm disconnected from Steam. Oh, hey, Snow. Thank you. Maybe like the servers are faster because we're both in a similar place in Canada too. Possibly? Oh, possibly. I mean, like, so yeah, I think like my like Twitch server is like in Toronto. So I think anywhere in the GTA probably, if you have like high speed internet, you're going to have like very quick time. But yeah, no, I think actually, what is my current ping? Let me see. Wait, no, that doesn't. I need to like look at my stream. Hold on a second. I was like, why was that immediate? It's because I wasn't looking at the right place. Okay, hold on. Let me try again. And send. 2, 3 seconds. 3 seconds right now. It's 3 seconds from message sent to when I see it. Hey, gals, and non-binary pals. Hello, Lila. Welcome on in. How's it going? Also, yeah, I'm sitting in the Cyberpunk category because I just wanted to make sure that I actually play Cyberpunk today. There's a couple things I thought about playing, but like I don't want to start anything new. Like I really want to play the Baldur's Gate game, but I feel like I don't want to start anything new yet. Probably won't start anything new until I graduate. Once my thesis is done, and once my defense is done, and I'm officially like done that chapter of whatever, then I can put a lot more time to doing stuff like that. Or like, I'll probably let myself do different things for game-wise, right? There's a couple other games I was thinking of too. I can't remember them right now, but I was talking to Sky about them before. Hello, welcome on in. Hello. What else was there? There was, Baldur's Gate. Oh, either one of the Devil May Cry games or Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance was one that I've been like really wanting to check out. And also, there's a game I saw some streamers play last week called Suck Up that I'm interested in, but I am cautious about, because it's generative AI, and I haven't seen yet like them being too open about what their model, like AI models, are actually trained on. Which I feel like in general I want to like. I want to make sure. Like, I don't know. I don't. You know, I want to make sure that if I'm going to play something or show something on stream, that like it's from something that's not just using a lot of like copyrighted material like that. AI ethics, you know. Also, I think that like it's not on Steam, and they wanted you to like install a file right from their website, which feels sketchy. I don't know about that. Once it goes on Steam, maybe I'll think about it more. Hopefully it goes on Steam. Water's my best friend. You know what? Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I should drink some water. Okay. Yeah, AI can be very tricky with copyright. Well, like, it seems like ChatGPT is like finally getting some fire under their asses about this. Since like it was very clear that they trained their models in unethical ways, but recently became very obvious with direct evidence that yes, the model is trained on like huge swaths of copyrighted text, blog posts, like news stories, books, like, yeah. So it's super sketchy. I've never actually used ChatGPT or any other generative AI. I tried out ChatGPT like right when ChatGPT 3 came out. I remember talking to my friend about it, and I saw him try it a little bit, and I tried it like for 5 minutes and was kind of like, that's neat, and then didn't, and then it was just kind of been like watching the sidelines as all this stuff has been developing, and watching countless. Okay, I don't want to get to too much dooming, but like where I'm very troubled by like how AI is very quickly changing or like affecting how companies are treating people and treating their employees. Yeah. Like, and it's such a shame because like I want to, like there is like positive use cases for like generative AI or generative neural network stuff, and this stuff is like at its core has been here for 10-20 years. This isn't like specifically new from the last year. It's just it is suddenly making a lot of very big progress because it's trained on a lot of very copyrighted materials and done incredibly unethically. ChatGPT is honestly pretty useful for things like math concepts and stuff. Yeah, I wish it didn't have to use copyrighted materials. Yeah, like there's so many use cases for like generative neural network and machine learning that is trained on like specific information that can be very useful and like a very good tool. But the way it's being like pushed and used is really like deeply upsetting. I have a bunch of my IRL friends who are into ChatGPT, which weirds me out a bit as a writer. Yeah, like, so to be clear, like I think there's a huge lawsuit backed by a bunch of different like big name authors right now against ChatGPT because there's direct evidence that, like, for instance, yes, George R.R. Martin's text was trained on by ChatGPT, which is like, yeah, it should be different artistic or non-artistic creative stuff. Exactly. Yeah. Like, one like immediate, like nice use case I've seen, for like, generative neural network language models is like summarizing information, rephrasing information. That is cool. That's good. That's going to be helpful. And that like makes a lot of sense from how neural networks work, right? Like it's all just trying to like pick out patterns and pattern matching and stuff. Gotta go have a good stream. Thank you. You have a good day. I used ChatGPT today on a project. I mean, it can be very useful to use. It's just, I just want more accountability from these companies, you know? Like, I don't know. I guess for context, like, you know, like I said before, I know like computational neuroscience. This like neural network and machine learning stuff has always interested me, and that's always been kind of the direction I wanted to go, like further. And I mean, effectively, like I'm interested in like mathematical and computational models that can, you know, either explain or replicate or predict in some way how the human brain works and how things are processed. I think that's really cool. That's not inherently like evil or bad. It's just when it's used in some of these ways, it's But yeah, I feel like non-creative stuff, it can be good. Or like if you're using this kind of generative AI or generative, I don't like using AI because it's not really AI, and I feel like calling it AI also is not doing any favors for discussions around this, because, you know, a lot of people are trying to use the argument that this stuff is like, oh, this is actually demonstrating creativity in some way, which no, it's not. This is just extreme pattern matching and extreme, like, I saw an example recently from the Midjourney stuff, where somebody was able to like effectively get Midjourney to like replicate or basically reproduce one of the images that it was trained on, and like was able to show like, yes, like this is actually just exactly this image. It just gave me the image back, and that's something that I've been thinking about, and I've been wanting to like. If I was more in this space, I would be saying this a lot more loudly this entire time for like the last year. But like, if people could see, if whenever like an AI, one of these AI things, whether it's Midjourney, whether it's like whatever different imaging creation thing, if it showed you not only the result, but like even just the top 3 pieces of art that were used to create it, I think it would be like immediately blatantly clear that this isn't a creative generation. This is effectively like tracing art and mixing and matching what you're tracing. You know, that's like the best analogy I've come up with, like to explain literally just how those models work and what it's doing. It's effectively you're tracing art. You're asking it to trace art from different places and put it together. It's smooth. It's an art smoothie, yeah. But like you're not like making something new. You're like not in the way that like humans create. And to compare it to how like creativity works in the human brain is first a deep misunderstanding and confusion about like what creativity actually is and how the brain works, but also just wrong. What are your thoughts on AI music? I mean, kind of the same deal. Kind of the same thing. Like, and for music, I feel like more specifically, there's a lot you can do that doesn't have to just be, train out a whole bunch of different pieces of work to figure out the patterns. Like, music has a lot of structure, a lot of mathematical structure. There's a lot of models, not only about like how music works and how music like functions together to create pleasing sounds, but also for like how your brain perceives them and why your brain perceives certain sounds or certain combinations of sounds more pleasing than other ones. There's tons of stuff like that out there, tons of research. You can do something that is primarily based or founded in essentially like music cognition and neuroscience to generate music that sounds good, that doesn't have to just be like, oh, let's like train on all of Beethoven's music to try to make a new Beethoven song. That's just smooth, like making a smoothie of other Beethoven songs, you know? AI should be there from the ground up, not based on real data. And like, again, as a neuroscientist, like my whole career has always been, for the past 15 years, or like for undergrad and grad school, has been like trying to understand the human brain. We don't understand that shit. We're trying to figure out. We're doing our best. We make a lot of progress in very specific grounds, but like, there's a lot of foundational things you could just pull from. You don't need to just copy people's work. Hi, Sinatra. How's it going? Wait, we're talking about the stuff I did my master's around. Oh, hi. How's it going, maybe? Wait, yeah, well, hold on. Yeah, I should know what you did your master's on. I think, yeah. Like a lot of people make AI uses artist voices for songs they make, which is then, like, okay. As if I were an art musician or a singer, and I used a model that was not trained on anything to begin with, and then trained it on my voice to replicate my voice, I feel like that would be completely ethical, and that would be very cool. To do that for other people who are not consenting is incredibly unethical and incredibly uncool, you know? To do that for like an entire other artist to generate songs that like will be perceived as that artist is theft and like identity lifting. You especially can't pass it off as your own work. Yeah. I did a master's on music genre recognition and neural networks, which is only a piece of that big AI lie cake. See, like, and again, like, I feel like a lot of people, the sense I get, and actually, Supernatural, please tell me how accurate this is. The sense I get as somebody being outside of specifically the music AI space, but somebody who studied music cognition in the past, is that like the people who are doing like generative AI for music are doing so trying to like completely sidestep any like musicology or understanding of music or understanding of like how music is processed in the brain, not really needing to thinking they don't need to incorporate like the hundreds of years of established work for music, and are just audio and God damn it. Why does my audio always do this? Okay, sorry. Thank you, Spirit. One day I'll figure out why that happens. My sense is that like the AI stuff doing music is not based in any of that, and is just, oh, let me just feed a bunch of songs to this thing and it'll figure it out, right? And the more I know AI, the more I hate it, but I still want to push for yeah, I'm honestly just very disappointed from the past. Like I have been like fundamentally disappointed by AI from the past year, seeing everything, because like you know, this trans girl here, she loves this kind of stuff. She really wanted to like get involved with this and was excited about this. I've taken neural network courses, you know, I've taken courses that are more like about the, like, you know, the history of neural networks and machine learning and stuff. And this, how it's being used is just, this isn't it. And I want to believe, and I want to push for ethical AI use. Like this is a very useful tool that is being currently like abused and misused. And honestly, in doing so is not only hurting everybody, like artists and like anybody who creates or makes art or does anything, but also AI. Like this is doing a huge disservice to the progress of AI by these people who don't see it that way, and who just see like, oh, it doesn't, like, ethics don't matter as long as you make progress. Like, no, the progress you're making is going in a bad direction that's ultimately just gonna like ruin this. Kinda, cause okay, just let me give an example. One of the most popular examples, DataBots. This project creates generative music via sampling AI, and it's pretty much sidestepping rules of writing music in short. Capitalism poisons technology. Yeah. Capitalism sucks. Capitalism is the worst. It poisons everything. I think morals are important in any type of progress. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And it's not just like it's something that hampers things back. It helps promote better and more like direct research. You know, it helps actually like the progress of things. Apparently, Amazon's self-publishing market was flooded with books written by AI for a while, which again, as a writer, we're very concerned. Yeah, it's really concerning. It's like a lot of fundamental like art a lot of fundamental areas of art and creation are currently being like threatened to be obsolete, and not even necessarily obsolete, but being perceived as obsolete. That's like, again, capitalism being a poison for everything. That's like the bigger danger here, because like it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it doesn't actually matter if the stuff that AI produces is worse in quality than like what humans produce. All that ends up mattering is if the people who have a lot of money and who are, you know, own businesses, own corporations, if they think it's good enough and they think it's worth it to turn to that rather than people and humans and end up firing people. I think ultimately any and every company who's doing this currently is like are ruining themselves, not just outing themselves as monsters to everybody, but also just genuinely they're going to feel the consequences of this in like the quality and like the actual work and their products in a couple of years. And it's gonna not be, I mean, it'll be great to watch from like a satisfaction point of view, but just like, yeah, seeing people get their just desserts. It sucks absolutely to watch people you know, lose their jobs and livelihoods over this. Okay. There are AI composition tools like Flow Machines, which works as a tool to Composer, or a Synplant 2 plugin, which recreates patches from given sounds via its internal AI. Still as a tool, can you modify those patches? Because you can modify those patches still. AI should be used as a tool for expanding one's creative ideas already, not as a main driver for art, which just takes people out of art. Exactly. Like, again, in any instance, yes, I think that AI could be used as a tool to help assist and like create more possibilities for artists. How it's being used, even by people saying that argument, how they tend to use it is not that. Like, I see people say like, oh, you know, like this is the future. Art is the future. Generative AI is a tool. Here, let me just create this entire artwork to show what I mean. I'm like, no, you're just mixing and matching. Ugh. Like, why pay 200 USD for art when you can pay $15 for a cheaper version? Except I love real art. And like, humans matter. People matter. Like, I love working with artists because people are great and people matter. And it's, you know, like when I commission art for like whatever project I'm using, if I'm, you know, I've commissioned actually a couple of pieces of art over the past while. Oh, I have something to show you actually. I have some, hold on, let me, as I say this, let me grab some art that I commissioned recently so I can show you how cute it is. But like when I commission art, it's not just about like needing or wanting to get like art for some purpose. It's also just wanting to work with an artist who I really respect and like, and whose art, like, you know, inspires me in some way. And it's just genuinely really cool to work with, and to then also like help support through that commission. It's like, human connection is important, and that is a very nice way to connect with people, by like helping support other people's creative endeavors. AI just is garbage. Hi, Surf Scorn. I've been using AI to get ideas or to use as reference, but like, it's wild that people pass AI stuff as art on their own. Yes. And I feel like for art, that'd be like a very good use case for tools, right? To like help get ideas, to summarize things, like say, and like companies could just do this and do it very ethically, right? Like if a company can like produce or acquire a bunch of different like reference images, for instance, like not abusing copyright, but just like get a bunch of things. AI can be a very good way to like get quick summaries of things, to like help connect people to the information that they want, that is otherwise difficult or can be like actually challenging to go through and get at. Have you ever read Witch and Wizard? No, I haven't. Ooh, what's that? The greatest irony of capitalism is ideally they would not hire anyone, will still have everyone buy their stuff. How would they buy stuff when unemployed doesn't come into it for them? Yep. Yeah, no, if everybody's unemployed, there's no people to actually buy the things anymore, which means that the company can't. Yeah, there's like companies need, like, and capitalism, for capitalism to work, like, you need people to be employed to be able to buy the things. Did you see that tweet made on the US Thanksgiving by Disney that used AI? No, I didn't. No, I didn't, but that's disgusting. A lot of companies are being raked under, like, what's the term, like, raked over coals, raked over the fire. There's a term like that, right? Turn of phrase. I don't remember. There's a lot of companies that are being, like, ousted for and, like, criticized for their AI use in promotional material. Wizards of the Coast, for instance, fuck them. Absolutely raked over the coals. Thank you. And in Apex Legends recently, right? Like, I think there were not, and it seems like it wasn't in the game, but it was in the promotional material, and it was like an AI filter after the fact, but still. What if that fact causes AI to, like, destroy capitalism? Probably just being optimistic. Well, I genuinely think that the more a company relies on an AI and starts to devalue humans, the more that company is destined to fail, just fundamentally because they're, like, it's just not, in any use case, it's not going to work out that way. If you're just trusting everything to a generative pattern matching machine that can't generate anything new on its own, it's gonna slowly, like, poison whatever. A Sign of the Poor Judgment, yeah. That's what which Wizard is about. It's a James Patterson series. Wait, I know that name. Interesting. Okay. When dystopian government controls every aspect of society, siblings Wisty and Wit Allgood may be the world's only hope. Ooh. Disney's a powerhouse, and I don't think being criticized is something they care about. No, Disney, no. Disney owns a good proportion of the world. But companies like Wacom, yes, we absolutely should criticize and, yeah, unfortunately the big powerhouse companies is hard to really fight against. I mean, we should still try, but yeah. Hold on, let me grab this, let me get this going for you. Okay, is this just gonna work? It'd be cool if this just works. Let's see. Here, hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hide my VTuber model for a second. So, let me just, boop. Okay. And then let me go and, do this, and then, no, don't look at me. There we go. Look at this. Check this out. There's an artist who, hold on, let me come back over here. Okay, so there's an artist who did a pixel art fan art for me a couple months ago, back in August, Brythe. And at some point I noticed that Brythe had like commissions for pixel art, and I was like, oh, thank you for gifting some 2 subs. I appreciate that. So Brythe, she had some commissions open for doing pixel art, and I was like, I would love to commission you for, like, a full piece. And if you do this, could I, like, get a few frames so I could do like a quick little pixel tuber? And here we go. So I get that, but also some extra expressions like that, and this, which is more like a shock state. It's really cute. Yeah. Which also means, like, now if I've ever run into a situation where I, like, can't play, or, like, a game is lagging super hard, I could be like, all right, I gotta turn off my VTuber model and just go in this mode, and this will be so much nicer. It's so cute. It's so cute. I love it. Here, let me show you the full, or try to show you the full thing. How do I do that? How do I do that? Oh, here we go. Here, this is the full. So I got little shoes. Currently this is the only like model I have actually that like properly has my shoes, because I never 3D modeled my shoes on my model, so that's why I just gonna have bare feet still for like a year. Oh, thank you for the bits. Thank you. I meant fun. Autocorrect on this phone sucks. Also, Sky, love you. Yeah, no, this is cute. I'm gonna find some excuses to use this on stream. I mean, actually, if I guess if Cyberpunk gets too laggy, I might just switch this. You know, that's a good option, I think. Yeah. By the way, sorry if I missed anything. I'm trying to game dev. Ooh, cool. No worries. Misspelling's fine. Is Cyberpunk good? I've been loving Cyberpunk. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, let me switch back to my. Switch back to my model right now. I don't have like a. I need to make like a quick hotkey for this. Okay, there. Yeah, I should make a hotkey to like make that much easier, so I don't have to like go in and like do that myself. Heard it was very buggy. Yeah, Cyberpunk was very buggy when it came out. Absolutely, but it has like been like worked on quite a lot, like a huge amount, and actually, as it currently stands, it's runs really well, fairly well. I mean, there's still a little bugs in there, but like, it's like. The main problems that people had on launch are long gone, and the game has been like updated multiple times, especially recently, with like very good updates, and it's just a lot of fun. It's so fun. Oh yeah, the show is great. I never finished the show, but the show is great. Yeah. If you wanna check it out with me today, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the devs seem to like genuinely care, and it's kind of like a nice turnaround story, you know, where like, yeah, at this stage, Cyberpunk is like just genuinely a fantastic game. I've been really liking it. Like the underdog, yeah. I think, yeah, when the game came out, CD Projekt Red was rushed a lot. Also, I think worth saying or worth reminding or mentioning is that like from what I understand, CD Projekt Red also had a lot of like admin problems and like unfortunately pushed their dev team really hard on like to make that release date, mostly through like, you know, like higher ups in the company demanding that the game came out at a certain time, which like I get that people get restless and like kind of unruly when games are delayed multiple times, but still, I always think that like delaying a game is just good, especially if that means you're not torturing your staff. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it showed that this game was like ended up being rushed at the end. That like that the team was put under a lot of pressure and stress. Like, yeah, crunch culture is the absolute worst. And I really hope that over time, I mean, who am I kidding? It's capitalist society. That's not really going to happen. But like, I really hope over time that like more companies understand and realize that like doing so only hurts their end product and only hurts like it does so many things bad for them. Yeah. The way it's been updated, it's become a game that like is genuinely really cool. Oh, I also have Ultra Kill here. Oh, I found the other game I was going to play. I wanted to play the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, which is a game about tarot cards, actually, and I think kind of developing your own tarot deck, which is neat. Like a visual novel type thing. I guess that's something else I could mention. I actually recently, like over the past like month or two, very lightly starting into tarot readings. Like I know I have a kind of witch aesthetic, but like in actual practicing kind of witchy things, I was always kind of like hadn't done too much. but I started exploring tarot, and it's been nice. It's kind of intimidating. It's kind of very intimidating, but overall, it's been like very pleasant feelings from it. Hi, Neon. Hi, nice to see you. Hi. My mother's very practicing tarot cards. Yeah, so like what happened was I think I was in a Spencer's with Sky actually, and we're walking through looking at stuff, and the tarot, for whatever reason, on this day in particular, the tarot section, they had like a little like display of tarot decks, and some of them like just suddenly caught my eye, and I started looking at them, and then one in particular caught my eye because it was what is it called? Here, let me tell you what it's called. Is it Rainbow Moon? Yes, the tarot deck is called Rainbow Moon, and it's like a very queer inclusive and like BIPOC inclusive tarot deck, where like all like gender neutral language has been removed or like adjusted or changed. So like language has been adjusted to be gender neutral, and all of the art is based off of, I believe, like actual like artists within actual queer and BIPOC artists within like the tarot space, and like just actual like their pictures and things, done with permission. But like I think the artists of the deck wanted to like try to like actually capture like real bodies. It's so like it's really cool, honestly, and it's super nice. So that one just like, I wasn't gonna get it, and then I just kept nagging in the back of my head, so I went back and got it, and I'm really glad I did. It's been nice. Hi, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. If you don't know me, my name is Alice Lunazera. I'm a trans wolf witch VTuber. Max Waters, thank you for the sub. Hi. Hello. Here. Hold on. Let me do that, and then there you go. Yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Hello. I'm very agnostic despite my title. Yeah, that's generally been my, yeah, same. Like I'm a very agnostic person. I always have been, and I think, you know, have a good deep like a long journey and like not only science but like psychology and neuroscience, where like I've always been like very interested in human perception and stuff like that. It's kind of, you know, led me to continue being agnostic. And I have but like also I'm a very probabilistic person. And I'm very much still believe that like, even if there isn't some actual other energy that we can't measure or see that drives or gives things, the way you interpret things or the way that things speak to you is still meaningful, you know? Like dreams, for instance. Like there's a lot of people who put a lot of stock into dreams, or like understanding dreams and like dream theory and things. And maybe some people think that or believe that, you know, dreams are in some way sending messages to them or are meaningful on a deeper level like that. And while I don't believe in like any sort of metaphysical thing like that, I have a very neuroscientific understanding of dreams for myself, which is like, oh, it's basically just random noise that your brain is interpreting. But thing is, even with the understanding of dreams and where dreams come from, I still believe very strongly that if you take meaning out of a dream that you had, that meaning that you took out is completely valid and real to you, right? Like even as an understanding, it's like, well, yeah, if you had a dream and it spoke to you in this way or made you think this thing, or like this is your interpretation. Well, like there's reason that's your interpretation. That process that you just went through of like interpreting that and like finding reason or meaning of that is valuable and that's real, you know? And there's a reason that your brain came to those conclusions, and there's a reason that you're thinking about that. There's probably a reason those things appeared in your dreams, because there is like bias for things appearing in dreams just towards like stuff that you're actually thinking about or processing, whether consciously or unconsciously. So, you know, like I have understandings like that where like, even if I can be like, oh, well, you know, science and all that, things aren't real. I just feel like that doesn't mean that the things don't have like deep meaning and emotion and stuff for me, right? You know? Hi, Wolfie. Hi. Many pass through a similar experience, in my opinion. I'm really curious about those things. I just don't have any pull, yeah. I'm a big dork who thinks about things like the majesty of consciousness or such. Not a reductionist, even though I know it prevailing. So I think that's the key thing. Like, yeah, I think like I'm in psychology and neuroscience. Like, yeah, that's exactly the stuff I'm like really, really into. But I think just like being reductionist about it is not only kind of like, not very fun, but also just doing a big disservice and appreciating life and just the experience of being, I like to think of dreams as a guided self-reflection. What did it make you think and why? Yeah, exactly. And the act of reflecting and interpreting thereby is not only valid, but meaningful. Like, or here, let me throw you like a bit more of a wild example of something that I've thought about in the past. And like, I don't have like a proper model for this, but still like, a thought I hold on to. Energies, when some people talk about like seeing energies or reading energies around people or auras, that kind of thing. And, while I don't have any like physical or scientific explanation for like how that could be instantiated, that doesn't mean I don't think that people who say that or see that or experience that aren't actually seeing or experiencing something. Not only can like perception very easily be changed, and like, I mean, literally your perception is just is kind of an illusion and is very malleable to change and like top down change too. But also like your brain is an incredible machine at like picking up information, pattern matching, and like understanding things, very minute things that you might not even consciously like be able to point out or pick. Like if understanding other people's like states or beings gets instantiated in a way for a particular person, that's not like that is their experience, and that there is value in that. And so like I can believe in somebody who talks about like seeing aura and an aura or energy in somebody else without needing to have a scientific explanation, because it's like, well, I mean, even from just like a body language standpoint, like it could like, I mean, that would be my immediate like hypothesis, actually, if I was to actually like make some sort of theory or study on this, would be like, oh, well, it's like the instantiation of somebody like understanding somebody else's emotional state or internal state based off their outward appearance, their body language, the emotions, their like very, very minute things that you can't otherwise like point out or pick at, right? That kind of stuff. Well, it's been an hour. I honestly didn't notice the high so much. Oh, I'm glad you're having fun. And I know I like chatting for a while on streams, but it's, yeah. Chat, tell me, did she play the game in this hour stream? I did not. One thing you can usually be sure of is that if you come in here and I'm chatting, I probably have not played the game yet. And usually I don't play the game for like at least an hour. Reductionism can lead to sort of fatalistic, deterministic views of choices and autonomy. Yes. Yeah, I remember earlier, a couple of years ago, I started getting... I had like a few months where I got very hyperfixated in the concept of like... Okay, maybe more like a year, on the concept of determinism versus like non-determinism, or like probability matching. Because actually that is directly relevant to... somewhat directly relevant to my own studies and own work of just, will your brain come to the same conclusion every time given the same information, or like, does your brain use probability matching, which effectively means that like it can come to different conclusions given the same information. I lean the latter, but there's a lot of evidence for the former in many regards, which is kind of like a little bit existential. Also, feeling people's energy seems to be a neurodivergent autistic thing. I have the same thing. I just go, oh, this person has the right vibe. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. I feel like there's a lot of understandings you can get that is very hard to put into words sometimes, right? From people, from the body language, the way they're talking, like minute body movements and things like that you can just kind of get a vibe for. Yeah, I think dreams often do represent something in your subconscious, so it can be good to think about them sometimes. Like, okay, my like very quick theory or hypothesis on dreams and how dreams work is that like, okay, so if you put yourself in a sensory deprivation tank, your brain doesn't turn off, right? Like your brain isn't like on and then off, and your brain isn't just like only reactive to outside sources. That's not how neurons work even. Like a neuron itself is not just, it's not just in an on and off state. Most neurons, and there are like different types of neurons and stuff that, you know, their behavior or dynamics might be different, but like slightly different, but like neurons generally are like work by firing rate patterns. Most things in the brain are pattern coded, not like on or off signal coded. What that means is that an on state, quote unquote, for a neuron doesn't mean that like it wasn't firing and now it is. It means it was firing at a lower rate of fire and now it's firing at a higher rate of fire. They're spontaneous firing. That's like a fundamental thing of the brain, which is why like there's some, like when you're doing like probabilistic models of the brain, there are some mathematical equations we use, like the Poisson equation, stuff like that is very good at summarizing and describing like, you know, the noise that's present in your nervous system. But like your brain is noisy. Your brain is very, very noisy with or without outside input. And a lot of what your brain's job is to like sort the signal from the noise, signal detection. That is most of what your brain does. And adapt to the noise in the signal as well. So your brain, you know, there's background noise. Things are always firing. And then say you put yourself in like a state of not having, thank you for the thank you for the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Like say you put yourself in like a state of sensory deprivation. You know, you're not really getting any visual input, no auditory input. You're like still, so you're not getting any like tactile sensory input. So your brain is not getting outside input. Thank you for the bits. Right? That doesn't mean your brain is off. That just means that there's no signal and all there is noise. But the parts of your brain that interpret the signal from the noise don't know that. They don't get turned off. They can be inhibited a little bit. And that does happen, actually. There is absolute inhibition. But generally, like, you know, your brain still just gets a bunch of noisy data and it tries to interpret that. So that's effectively what I think dreams are, is the interpretation of your just internal noise. And the thing is that like, it's not just pulling from nothing, right? Like there are networks already in place. There are memories already there through the networks. There's established things and established expectations too. And like spontaneously activating a part of a memory or a part of like something, your brain also tends to and likes to fill in the blanks, complete the picture. It likes to like fill it with the information that it is expecting. So not only, so your brain, so dreams aren't just like, well, I don't think dreams are just like random noise, but it's like interpreted with a bias. And that bias is going to be what's most recent, what you're thinking about, what's maybe like the most recent processing. That's the things that are the highest probability of being spontaneously activated and then spontaneously auto-completed. Yeah. So like, and through that, you have I have an understanding of like, so like the things that happen in dreams can still be valuable or still like be meaningful because like it's basically giving you some sort of readout of those biases that are in your head, in your brain, like the things that are being processed a lot, and like also completing them with other things randomly. Yeah, I don't know. There's stuff there. I love my mind jelly. Incredible this slapdash thing works. Is this something that you've worked on or an idea you've been thinking about for fun? I mean, that's kind of an idea I've been thinking about for fun for like a decade. One of the early things I did on YouTube, actually, like I think at this point 8 years ago, was a video on Lunazera, and which is like an indie pixel platformer game, kind of based on Yume Nikki, or inspired by Yume Nikki at least. And that I kind of shared that idea in that video. And I did back then. I did used to do like more exploratory research projects where I'd like go out and search for information and like and like see what research is out there for like a special interest topic that I had, and see. Yes, I'm gonna play Cyberpunk today. Yeah, I should probably start. This is just a fun conversation. There's some sort of processing pre-existing experiences too. Yeah. Anything pre-existing is like more readily available, right? Yeah. I'm terrible at understanding facial expression, but I'm great at understanding someone's soul. Yeah, like it's interesting how I don't know, just like your brain can interpret things and things can turn out like that. This is a fun conversation to listen to. I'm a science nerd. This is why I did a PhD, even though it was very hard at many times. Like, I've still overall, enjoyed it, and I'm glad I did it. Right? Yeah, maybe. I guess I could throw on Cyberpunk. We don't have to stop talking or anything, but yeah. Yeah, I'll press play. I'll press play on Cyberpunk. But yeah, I don't know. It's going back to the main, I guess, core of a point that I was trying to illustrate. Something Azalea said was like, yeah, reductionism isn't great, and just like understanding things from a scientific way doesn't have to also mean being reductionist about it, and doesn't have to mean that you're taking away meaning, right? Like, that was always one of the most frustrating things. Something that frustrated me a lot earlier on in my studies, or like being in school, when people talked about emotions and people were like, wanted to be scientific about it and be like, oh, emotions are just chemicals in your head, it's not real. Like, that is such a not only reductionist, but like lazy and like just ignorant view of things, because like that doesn't mean that it's not real. Just because you can say like, oh, it's this is the thing that's happening underneath. First of all, there's a lot more than just like direct cause and effect there. Second of all, like, that is still meaningful, and the emotions you experience that are related to those like hormones and everything being processed is still meaningful. Yeah, that's exactly it. A naturalistic fallacy. You'd see that all the time, and it would frustrate me to no end. I'm just like you're just being willfully. It's just, yeah. Like that guy online who did that with YouTubers. Yeah. I've been breaking concrete all day with a sledgehammer at work, and it's motivated me even more to get a new job. That is a good motivation to get a new job. Yeah. I hope we can find something new that's not that. He was like, you're sad, but your sadness isn't real. It's just chemicals in your brain. I mean, like, if I had like an injury, if I like fell down and like a piece of, I don't know, if I like fell down and had like a piece of stick stab into my arm, I could very easily say like, oh, I'm in pain. Pain isn't real. I just have a stick in my arm. Yeah, and I'm in pain. That doesn't. It's like, just because you can explain and feel like, oh, there's a stick in your arm, that's why I'm in pain. That doesn't mean I'm not in pain. I know people are like that. Also, super side note, but I remember from like this is like a 15-year-old poll, but I remember like a little clip of a newspaper that was circulated for a long time, like many years ago, that was like the most bad like scientific takeaway from some like music cognition research, I guess. That was just like, oh, scientists discover that like listening to music is like having like sexual gratification. And I'm like, that's not that is not at all what, like, that's taking reductionism of being like, oh, dopamine, therefore, and like when you eat, you have dopamine. When there's sexual gratification, you have dopamine. Therefore, they're the same thing. And that's like just making extremely false like equivalencies. It's garlic bread. I had a stick in my eye before. It definitely hurt. Hello, Kara. Hello. I saw you in the comments on one of my friend's videos. It's nice to finally be on your streams. Oh, hello. Welcome on in. Yeah. Wait, whose video? Whose video, I wonder? Because I don't comment in two places, but I don't comment on too many videos, but there's a few that I've actually. Caden? Yeah, Caden. Yeah. Yeah. I like the videos. Yes, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Would you like to see some Cyberpunk? Because that's oh wait.